Alright, what is going on, people? Now, first of all, before I start this video, I want to shout out Lucky Roll anyway for the match, for this match anyway. And what I want to talk to you guys about is throws. Now, I chose this match specifically because there are quite a bit of throws and throw breaking in there. I don't want you to concentrate really on the match as such as talking to you about throws. Now, the thing about throws, and I noticed this in this game, is that people tend to think of throws as a really cheap thing and don't really want to use it. And I've been guilty of this, definitely. Like, you know, I want to fight like a gentleman sometimes and felt, you know, our throws are frowned upon, and they're really not. You really need to use throws in this game. The reason why you need to use throws in this game is because throws have so much like setups off them that when you hit a throw, so for instance, like Dragunov's like his one throw offers so much Oki that you can catch him in the back, I'm sure, with a back 2-1-3, and he has other throws that even his forward 1+2, which I've done there, offers Oki in the back. Now, if you are familiar with Street Fighter, you'll know that Street Fighter, they throw a lot, because especially Cammy, her back throw just does craziness. I think, I don't actually know what it does, but you know, they use throws, and that's how they should be used in Tekken, like, because Tekken offers the same kind of Oki. Bob's 2+4 throw, I think it is, well, yeah, I think both his throws actually have Oki off of them where you can pick them back up. So people should really not frown upon throws. Really use throws in your game, like set them up. Obviously don't make them too obvious, because if they make them too obvious, then people may start ducking and you really get hurt for them. Now, in respects of practicing throw breaking, that's a hard one. How I kind of am practicing, I'm not the best. I've still got a lot to learn. I'm really not the best, but how I started to practice was to actually try and notice the animation. So I used to go in practice mode and just set, you know, the computer to really just throw, just to get used to animation first. But saying that, in a real life situation like a match right here, you know, sometimes you just can't, you know, it's just hard to really see in a match because you're thinking about so many things. So my advice to you is use throws in the match. That's the only way you're going to learn and break them in match, and trust me, you'll see yourself gradually getting better. And it's the exact same thing with me now. Like, I'm really trying to improve my throw breaking game, because having that will definitely up your defense by tenfold. So if you was watching this match, you'll see there's a high percentage of actual throw breaks here. Just, you know, general me being practicing. Obviously it's online, so it's a bit easier, but you know, it still needs to, sorry about that, it still needs to be practiced. Definitely still needs to be practiced. So when you play with your friends and such, you know, if they can't break throws, then, you know, tough. They're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn the hard way. That's the only way to learn. Have to learn the hard way. There's no point of, oh, I can't break throws, okay, let's do a gentleman's agreement and not break throws. No, you're just gonna have to learn the hard way and just be thrown until you learn to break it. So yeah, and then once you learn, you know, start breaking throws, like I said, your defense is going up by tenfold. And then also after that, you can then look into stuff like Okis off your throws, and then that will just open up a whole new offensive game to your throw. I mean, a whole new offensive to your, you know, your game. I don't know what I said, but yeah. And you know, I play King, well, at times, so yeah, it's a very important thing to use this throw mix up. And you know, even if they break your throw, don't be discouraged. Like, you know, I kept breaking his throw. He's not gonna think, oh, you know, I should stop throwing, because it's hard, you know, it's hard to actually keep up with this game. There's so many variables going on that you're bound to crack sooner or later, and it wears your opponent down. Like, him throwing me in this match so many times really wore me down, because, you know, I'm just like, wow, it breaks my defense down. I felt that, you know, I really had to do stuff. So that was a good match. Like, shout outs to Ro for that one. So I hope this one kind of puts more of an insight to throws. Use throws. They offer great O-key. Check your characters, you know, O-key which they have off your throws, their throws, and utilize them in a match. And then to break throws, you know, probably go into practice mode, see what the animation, get used to the animation, and then the only way you're gonna master it is in a real life situation. If you play with your friends, don't have this gentleman's agreement of we're gonna fight, you know, nicely. Use the throws. Keep using them. Even if your friend breaks them, keep using them. Wear your opponent down. You'll see the defense start to fluster. My defense started to fluster in that match. So I hope this one again brings a little bit more insight. Thank you for all the support I've been getting. Follow my channel, always coming out with more of this stuff. It's OG-Bubsy. You know, click the video, click the YouTube thing, and it'll take you to my page. And that subscribe means a lot, and I'll be catching you lot on the next one.